we have got the news that we were all hoping to hear, and that is Team of the Year is confirmed to be the biggest Team of the Year that we've seen in FIFA yet. So we got to go and talk about it. We got to go talk about Fire and Ice leaks, and we are starting to see some of the higher end cards start to be panic sold right now, so we'll talk about that as well because of all the content that's coming up over the next really month that we're going to be seeing. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's begin with content today. Okay, let's go look at the leaks now. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Now, we did get Roy Keane. He did come out. Now, I don't really understand why they made him a left back. My only guess is they're kind of waiting to give out more juice versions of icons at their positions a little bit later, because, like, why are we getting a left back Roy Keane and a left wing Divorce Suker, a right wing Ian Redmond, and a center back Bobby Moore? I'm not exactly sure why they're deciding to do what they are deciding to do. Now, Roy Keane can play center mid, so it's really not the end of the world, and the card actually isn't that bad, honestly, especially because he has ping pass. I really like ping pass. He's got intercept, press proven, first touch, and relentless, so he's got some good play styles too. He can be a good DM for you. I just think that there's probably better options out there that you can do for relatively the same price, like 200k or something like that. And after that, like, there was no content today. I think this is one of the first days in a while they've literally dropped one thing for content and nothing else. Like, there was no content. But all right, on to the leaks. Let's talk about it. FUT Sheriff exclusive here. Team of the Year will have 2 full teams, one for men and one for women. 24 Team of the Year cards, which is what I was really hoping to hear. I think everybody was, and we're going to get it. The Matt FUT Trading says all in packs at once, and we are cooking, and I would assume they're all going to be in packs at once. I think I would be absolutely idiotic to not end up having that be a thing. So that also means we're probably going to get nominees from both, as well as my guess. You know, here's some goalkeeper nominees here just for a random example, right? Usually you see kind of like a full team of nominees as well. So you're going to have those plus a women's and men's Team of the Year, and imagine maybe we got a bench for Team of the Year this year. You know, there's so many possibilities that is going to be crazy. And we also have the official release date as well, and it's going to be the first players on the 19th of January, full team release on the 26th of January. The hype is real, and I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty hyped up for it because of the fact we're getting more. I am very happy about that. And Team of the Year voting will also be starting on the 8th of January. We will get women's first 11 and men's first 11. So only in less than a week we'll have the voting starting, but then the release date will be the 19th of January are the first players. And my pack opening is gonna be on the 26th for the full release. Well, it'll be when the full release is out, as long as there are upgrade packs to do that I can put my duplicates into. So it'll probably the 26th of January will be the day I'm streaming, is my guess, but you know, hopefully there'll be upgrade packs that day. Here's an example of what the women's Team of the Year could possibly look like. I do believe for sure no Alexia Putellas, because I think she was hurt like the whole year. I think that's true. But you know, Aitana Bonmatti's a guarantee. She won the Ballon d'Or, right? Sam Kerr, Sophia Smith, Wrighton, and even if there's cards with like lower base cards, right? Like Bright, I think is a pretty bad base card. Oberdorf does too. EA always have done a very good job of making the Team of the Year cards usable no matter what. Like Jorginho got one of the best cards in that game that year, so every card would be good, honestly, every single one. And the men's Team of the Year, you know, what's your prediction going to be? Because I believe that this year more than ever, it's going to be probably really hard to guess the entire team, honestly, I would say. I think there's obvious ones, Holland, Mbappe, and I think Messi will be obvious just because of the fact that he won the Ballon d'Or, which is technically this year, even though the World Cup was last year, so we'll still get it for this year. I think Jude's a guarantee. I would say probably Rodri's a guarantee to be in it, to be honest with you. And outside of that, are there guarantees anywhere? I'm not actually sure if there are. I think you can make a case for everybody here, of course, but I'm not sure there's any guarantees outside of those guys. And I also do believe these will be the first cards with 2 playstyle pluses. And just look at a Messi with technical and finesse. I mean, that card right there would be so expensive, so insane. Rodri has press proven and power shot. That'd be crazy. Holland has rapid and acrobat. Mbappe finesse and quick step plus. I mean, he'd be literally 38 million coins. Trent with long ball plus and whip pass. Like, that would be crazy too. So I'm really excited for Team of the Year this year. And here's some other honorable mentions too. Like Salah could be in it. I mean, you could even make the case for Salah over Messi, obviously, but Messi would just probably guaranteed to be in it because of the fact he won Ballon d'Or. Ronaldo, 12th man. Harry Kane too. You know, there's gonna be some really, really fun cards. And I'm hoping we end up getting more than just the starting 11. Now, maybe we won't because of the fact that we're getting women's now, but it will be really cool to see it. Now, we got more Fire and Ice leaks, which I believe is going to be called FUT Versus, by the way, if you guys don't know. The official name of the promo, I think, will be just called FUT Versus. Kamavinga set to come in the promo. We still don't know exactly exactly what the stats will look like. Will they be stat differences, skill moves and weak foot differences, play style differences? We don't know, but as of right now, all we know is the players leaked and Kamavinga is the next one. Here's Sheriff confirming Neymar, by the way, so he is definitely going to be in the team. We saw him yesterday. Kingsley Coman will be in the team as well. The fire card design just looks so much better than the ice one to me. I could be wrong. Maybe in-game it'll look differently, but the fire one looks really cool to me. And lastly, we have Kieran Trippier is set to come as fire and ice as well. So those are our leaked cards that will be coming on Friday. And we do have a tweet from Donk here that does say icon team of the years are expected. Now, I'm skeptical because we don't know. We haven't heard anything about this from anybody else yet. I feel like Sheriff would have mentioned this if this was confirmed to be a thing. Now, it still could happen. And obviously, if it does happen, we'll talk about it on the channel. But I just want to throw this out there because he said it and he might know something that obviously the rest of us don't. So, icon team of the years, we've been waiting for those for a few years now. And maybe this will be the year where we see them. And now we do have actually a couple team of the week leaks. And Mo Salah will be for sure in the team. He's got official stats and official playstyle plus here. So he's going to have finesse shot plus again. And another, you know, standard regular inform Mo Salah card. Nothing too crazy, but at least there's something in the team of the week that probably will be pretty good. And we also have Cole Palmer leaked to be in the team as well. Hopefully Cole Palmer is the featured team of the week card. Maybe he'll get a nice juiced up one, but we'll just have to wait and see. Also, we did get our upcoming Week in Ultimate Team content today. Tweet from EA. We've got the Daily Winter Wildcards SBC's Flashback Player SBC, which we have not seen leaked yet. We've got another Winter Wildcards Cup, my god, and then we do get our Set Piece Frenzy re-release. So Moment is getting some stuff in it. There you go. They didn't forget about it completely. Isn't that just the content we've all been waiting for? Upgrade and challenge SBCs, new evolutions as well, a League of Player of the Month, and Theme Team XP objectives, which I'm assuming is going to be the part 2 of that like new theme team pursuit they did last week, right? So only real interesting things here, the League of Player of the Month and Flashback SBC and new Evos, right? That's kind of what we are expecting for the rest of this week. And the SBC today is John Stones. So we'll see what they do with Stones. I'm sure it'll be a center mid or CDM, something like that, with the keeping with the theme they've been doing so far. Or they'll just make him a striker because fuck it. And also, lastly, a developing story here. This is from minutes ago. A3 Plus Team of the Week player pick is glitched. If you did the A3 Plus Team of the Week player pick, it all of a sudden just stopped working. EA tweeted this out now that says, you know, we've identified the issue with the player pick. We've taken the SBC down while we work to correct the issue. But it does make you wonder, you know, randomly on a night like this, the SBC just stops working, right? It makes you wonder a little bit, like, what is going on in their code where they probably added something or updated something and it broke a completely unrelated part of the game. Maybe it was related. Maybe they were changing something with packs and it was something very closely related to Team of the Week player picks. But it just feels to me like randomly a Team of the Week player pick just stops working. It makes you wonder if they just updated something and then oops, it broke an entirely unrelated part of the game. You know, it does make you wonder. But okay, the market stuff now. Oh, I mean, here's R9. I was looking at him because he's dropped a lot over the last like 24 hours. Take a look at this drop. 8.1 on Sunday night, 7.9 on Monday morning, and now he's down to like 6.8, right? Yeah, he was 6.5 earlier. We're seeing some of the real expensive markets start to drop. I think Gold Mbappe is down 100,000 coins at least right now. Let's go look. He is 1.699. Yep, he's 1.82. I remember looking at him earlier today. So why is it happening? Well, Team of the Year leaks, you know, Team of the Year being confirmed. People are always going to start to panic sell around this time. Basha, by the way, got the upgrade, so she's even better now. So if you know, were annoyed by Basha, she's going to be even better, by the way. But what do you do? Well, now that we have confirmation of 2 Team of the Year teams, right? Is anything going to change really from what we've been saying for the past like week? Probably not. Just to really even possibly worst case scenario is an even more extreme, right? You see some real panic on the market. But I do believe we'll see a big market rise after Team of the Year. Well, right when pretty much when Team of the Year is out, like during that week, we always see a market rise. Just be ready for that. I think that's kind of all we can really prepare for at this point. And being liquid right now is not a bad idea. I'll tell you that much, because we could see some more panic soon. You know, once Team of the Year leaks really start to happen, we could see some more stuff going on. Now, Fodder is starting to maybe bounce back a teeny bit. 85s are not, they're 4,000, but 88s are up like a couple thousand now. They were 15k at their lowest. 87s were like 9.5 at their lowest. They're up 1,000 coins. 89s are up. They were too low. Okay, we're starting to see a rebound right now. They were indeed way too low. If you did buy some yesterday, you're already looking pretty good. good at the more expensive ones. The lower ones are not really moving too much yet. I still think they're going to be good buys, though. I still do believe so. Most time, I don't like holding when a promo team drops on a Friday. I think you can do it this Friday because this is such an extreme. And Fire and Ice probably won't be, you know, that hyped up. I wouldn't expect it to be. In terms of store packs that are tradable, I don't think we'll see a gigantic influx of fodder. So outside of that, I think that's really all I gotta say. But okay, let's get into some comments now from you wonderful folks. At user-RV4FQ2QIAW says, why do EA give out nice stuff? Because player numbers are declining, I imagine. Love the videos. Thank you. I actually think there was a point in this year, I think it was, maybe it was during Radioactive promo. I don't remember, but there was a point where you kind of notice EA just shit themselves and all of a sudden start giving us a ton of stuff. We have so many packs and objectives now, and we didn't start the year that way, which makes you kind of wonder, did they have to like detour everything they're planning on doing? Because they're like, fuck, these player numbers are not where we want them to be. We got to get them back. Like, you could tell creators were not liking the game, views were down. You could tell casuals were not liking the game. Like, I think there was a point in time where they just shifted their whole gear into giving us a lot more stuff because they were very worried about what was going on. So I do believe that, yes, I think player numbers declining definitely made that even more of an emphasis than what they were planning on having it being this year. At Tribal Scan says the market is dipping in certain areas because of the evolutions are very desirable. The last few that have come out have given really good options for building a team, then buying the equivalent off the market. And he's exactly right. Having an Evo or 2 or 3 that are really good out at a time will almost always make certain positions that those Evos require or are around go down. Like, you'll see that this entire year. And it'll be a thing that you can't really predict. You know, we'll see some leaks and stuff like that before they get released. On some Evos, some just don't get leaked at all. But if it's a really good one, you will see some selling, especially in those areas. Like, the left backs have all just died in price because of the Pep's Legacy Evo that was so insane, right? At Chingy from Australia says, day 95 of a 78 rated keeper because no Evo. I'm assuming you have like a full Evo team, maybe. 100 plus packs for team of the year, solely relying on the hope Sam Kerr gets a card for the Australia RTG. I actually don't know what her chances are. I'll be honest, I really have no idea. But the first part of this comment I wanted to talk about, because why do you think we're getting no goalkeeper Evos? You think it'd be such a simple thing for them to do as well, that putting my tinfoil hat on here for a sec, I wonder if they're like broken, that they figured out that goalkeeper stats are like not upgrading or something like that on the evolutions, or what's going on. I don't know. It just to me makes no sense unless they plan on never doing a goalkeeper evolution, that we don't have any goalkeeper Evos right now. I think that there has to be either one, something is broken about them, or two, they're just not ever coming out. Which the second one, why would they not release a goalkeeper Evo? It doesn't really make any sense to me. So that leaves you with, well, it could be the first one, where what if they're just broken, which is another thing in the game that ends up broken. At Liberal4521 says, JFC has started to think like this. I have to beat the rig and not the player. Once I did this, I started getting rank 1 as opposed to being on 17 or 18 wins for ages. What is your take on the rig? Now, I'm actually at like the same level you are. I'm like usually at the 17 win range, 18 win range. I can't get rank 1s. I've gotten one rank 1 this year, and I get like 17 wins. I think probably over half of my weekend leagues this year, and I end up not getting 18 or getting 16. It's kind of like no in between. And I think what you mean by rig, I'm assuming you mean like the controller or the CPU. Is that what you're talking about? Like maybe the CPU you're trying to beat? And if that's not the case, then, you know, let me know. But yeah, I do think that this year more than ever, the gameplay of this game is you playing against more of the computer when you're attacking, at least. You're playing the computer as much, if not more, than you are the user. Like, honestly, that is the sad reality of this year, in my opinion. You're playing the auto press more than you're playing the user. I mean, the person that's controlling the defenders in this game almost has to do entirely nothing. I mean, they really don't have to do much to win that ball back. The AIs will just do it for you. They'll press for you. They will play for that badge out there for you, and you gotta respect it. But at the same time, it's annoying as fuck to play against, and it should not be in the game. It unequivocally should not be in the game. That's a good idea. It's a good way to think of it. If you want to play the game and think of it as, okay, I gotta beat the computer, that's not a bad way to think about it, because for the most part, you're playing against the computer when you're attacking. So I don't think that's really a bad idea, honestly. I really don't. Last comment here at Tony Soprano Simulator says, firstly, Happy New Year. Hope this next one is good for you. Same to you. I like your content a lot. One of my favorite channels. Thank you so much for that. I do, however, disagree with a little part of the first video. I think EA should only add regular promo cards into objectives as they did with the daily logins. He's talking about the Javi Simons and the Jonathan David and the Marta, right? They added those into objectives. They were SBCs before. It is not fair to add SBCs that people grinded for and spent fodder or maybe even FC points points on, whereas regular promo card is fine because everybody wins, as those who have them tradable can sell them, or if they aren't, then they've got free fodder. I wasn't even affected by this draft objectives. I did not complete a single segment of David, Simon's, or Marta SBCs, but I'm sure those who did are now wondering what the point was. And I can understand someone's frustration at, being upset that those came out, but you have to understand that we're talking literally you got to use those cards for 2 months. Those cards are not, top of the power curve anymore. If you spent 100K, 200K on those cards, you got to use them for 2 months before anybody else did. They got them for free. And I guess on this debate, you end up at the point where it's like, do you believe we should ever get re-released SBC cards for cheaper ever? Like, do you think we should get a year in review player pick that ends up, being cheaper than some other ones, or having an objective come out with any SBC cards ever? That kind of, I guess, like where the debate ends up butting its head, right? So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that getting player SBCs later on in objectives is fine, or do you think that it is a problem? I think it's fine, but hey, I could be in the minority. I have no idea. But thank you for your support, your comments every day. Seriously, I am so grateful for you. I cannot say it enough. I love you all. This video over soon. Peace.